I'm Doug Coyle. I'm here with James English, CEO and General Manager of this new MLR team, the Chicago Hounds. We last talked about 3 years ago when you were with New York. Tell us about the responsibilities of a CEO and a General Manager with a new team.
Yeah, well, I think we obviously had done this before at New York, and we learned a lot in that process of what works and what didn't, which gave us a really good footing. And obviously we had a tight runway to get Chicago up and running with what happened with the MLR and being invited back in. So we hit the ground running. We put a lot of work in the background. We've been looking at Chicago for about 2 years, so a lot of the infrastructure, a lot of the stadium work, media partners, hospital partners, medical, we'd kind of already been down the road on the conversations. So when it came to us coming in on a short time period, we were able to move pretty quickly and develop all the important parts of what it is to set up an MLR team now. And really, you got to look and stadium's got to be first. You need a facility, and we're sitting on probably the premier rugby facility in the country now.
You have a 20,000 seat stadium?
It's a 20,000 seat stadium. It's MLS quality. Obviously the fire were there. We have a dome, which is obviously great in Chicago, which means we can train 12 months a year. We have 3 turf fields. We've built a purpose fit for a gym, rugby gym, just for us. Our offices are there as well, so it's a fantastic facility. We're really excited to be there, and I think that you're going to see a lot of rugby there in the future.
Do you foresee ties with Rugby Illinois and some of the local clubs that have already done a lot of youth development work?
Yeah, we're pretty spoiled in Chicago in the Midwest. It's probably the most successful rugby union in the country. There's a lot of people who have put a lot of work in there. You look at what the Chicago Lions have done. You look at Rugby Illinois. You even look out in kind of Rugby Wisconsin as well. We're working hard to go out there and meet as many people as we can, observe, try and find out what's working for them, where we can help them, what their challenges are. How can we help them with our resources? We certainly don't want to come into the Midwest and say we're the professional rugby team now. This is how you do it. We want to first come in, we want to support, and then we want to work with the community and the phenomenal work that they've already done, to take it to the next level.
Now, you went through the dispersal draft. You have a large number of players from Austin, which maintains continuity with Sam Harris as the coach. You have several Giltini's players in. You have one player still to arrive, Billy Meeks, who I understand will be coming in shortly.
Yeah, Billy will be arriving shortly. And look, there's a lot of players there that I've worked with before. You look at Chris Martina and Mark O'Keefe, Paddy Ryan were with me in New York. I brought Mark O'Keefe over from Ireland originally. The dispersal draft has absolutely given us a head start. And we really needed that. But what we've also tried to do is go out and look at guys who have from the Midwest who have ties there and bring them back, the likes of JP Eloff, Bryce Campbell. There's also guys like Mike Matarazzo, who's a young US second row that we brought in from Dallas as well. So there's you're dead right. It's been huge for us to be able to bring in those MLR hardened players, and Sam knows a lot of them so well. I really believe Sam's the best coach in the country. We're really lucky to have him, and he knows these players really well. But what we've done is we've tried to build around that, and the key word here is build, right? We really see this as a Midwest team, but that's going to take a little time for us to do once we kind of launch our pathway and develop our academy. But I think we've got to start with a core product first. And our core product is, we want to put together a really good fan experience, and we want to be competitive on the field from the get-go.
From a competitive standpoint, what are your expectations for the season?
Well, we want to compete. I think we've made it. There's a statement of intent there. We've brought in some of the best players in the league. We've got the best coach in the league. We have probably the best facility in the league now, and we've got to get it right. There's a lot of expectation. Chicago's a great rugby city, but Chicago needs a winning team, and we think that if we can hit the ground running, if we can get some wins under our belt, that people will really get behind us, and then we have a core product that we can really go out there and sell commercially and out into the community as well. I think there's been a lack of trust in high performance rugby in this country, what with USA Rugby and some of the other things that have gone on, and we really believe that we have to build something that people can connect with and be proud of, so they can get behind us and become Hounds fans and hopefully players in the future.
One last question. You had a combine recently prior to the team going down to Florida to play. I understand some of the players that attended the Combine were invited to go down to Florida.
Yeah, that's correct. We had 240 players turn up. It was phenomenal. We had to close registration after 2 days, and it's something that you're going to see more of those kind of things coming from us. We identified at least 5 players that we thought that could project at an MLR level. We took them to Florida. 3 of them did really well in particular. 2 of them will be joining us on a full-time basis moving forward. And look, I think it's a great way to engage people and show that there needs to be a better pathway for players, and that we can create something they can aspire to be part of.
Well, thanks for talking today, James. I wish you a lot of luck this season.
Thanks, I appreciate all your support.
There's a lot of excitement building in the Midwest now.
Yeah, I just hope we don't let them down, right? There's a lot of work to do. Now the hard work starts.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Doug.